Hey everyone, Felipe here. Welcome to another Tower Saviors GNN news review. This week we are going to be talking about the new collaboration seal that just dropped, which is a collaboration with the Battle Cats game. I know I am a week late, but I have been taking this week to test the cards, and I have some opinions about whether you should pull for them or not. So without further ado, let's get started. So first off, we have the exclusive collaboration team skill, and this is honestly one of the most versatile team skills out there in terms of collaboration craft skills. This is because you do get four options, yes, four options of different effects that you can choose. The effects aren't super broken, but they're very useful. However, you are only able to use two of them because it does require you to use one activation of your Draconic Propulsion, and that means that you have at most two chances to use this. However, you do have four options which will be very useful for the stages that you encounter. So first one, you do a sniper damage to all the enemies, and for one round your team attack increases, so this is great for revealing invisible enemies, tumbler enemies, etc. You have a +3 cooldown increase for all enemies, and this is absolutely broken. If you know, a lot of people use the Chaos Craft, which increases the enemy CD by 2, and that's very broken. So increasing enemies by 3 is incredibly useful and definitely worth just using your compulsion for that. Healing Oasis will give you a refresh on your protective shield, which only applies to Onoa, but his protective shield is pretty beefy, so it's pretty good, and also restores your HP for 3 rounds at the end of the round, so it's a very good defensive skill. And lastly, you do have Baby Boom, which is honestly the second most powerful effect out of this. All your cooldowns become 0, and this is incredibly useful. I used it on my ultimate stage run where I activated Harvard Cat Harvard, and immediately afterwards I used the craft skill to be able to activate it the next round again for the 50 water shield. So this is honestly, if I would say, I think you should use Baby Boom and God Bless You the most, because they are going to be the most powerful and versatile out there for any stage. Wrath of God and Healing Oasis will potentially be more situational, but definitely good to have just in case. So now let's get going on to the two rare cards, one of them which is a Light Beast, King of Destiny for Noah, and in my opinion he is very fun to play. Really good multipliers, he has a lot of utility, but yeah, Beast attack times 11, it's really good, and damage dealt to all enemies times 11 additionally without any conditions. Plus sniper damage increases by 3 times additionally, so this is a pseudo Egyptian god playstyle, which for Ra is also a light beast, so he's definitely like getting power crept by this card. But you also get by dissolving a character runes or raised runestone, dissolve, you get 1.4 attack bonus and a +6 combo. And because of his team skill, this is very easy to hit, so definitely a very good leader skill. In terms of his team skill, it is very fun to play. You do get a lot of staples and utility like Sticky and Burning, Explosive Bomb, and you get a protective shield of 222,000 points, which is a lot. It's very beefy, so you are not going to be running this shield dry anytime soon unless the enemy is going to one-shot you. But yeah, when the protective shield has more than 1 point, you will not receive any damage like most shields nowadays. If you didn't know, any overflow damage would go into your HP before, but nowadays, as long as you have 1 shield point left, you won't receive any overflow damage, so that's also very good. Ignore cross save shield and fixed combo shield just for no reason for Battle Cats members, and also a 4.5 times damage additionally, and this also applies to your sniper damage, so it is very good to deal with these types of annoying shields. All runestones possess the effect of Battle Cat members in the team. So also Runestone Possession effect, pretty good. And by dissolving light runes, fully recover HP. And this is honestly a very easy condition because you can force light runes every round. But yeah, and the bread and butter of his playstyle or his kit is going to be this part right here. You get to tap one runestone to remove a row and column and drop 30 runestones of that type. So very useful against, say, like the 50 water shield, but most importantly, it helps you do light runes if you haven't for recovering your HP, as well as decreasing your cooldowns by 1. And for battle cats, it will be decreased by 2, which is amazing. Super useful. So all in all, he is a very fun leader to play. The only thing he is going to get stuck on really is Quintet, Enchanted Quintet Elemental Shield. You don't really generate enchanted runes, and except for the sky drop, right? But that's just one. And there's no inherent Quintet Elemental Shield break or Quartet Elemental Shield break. You are at the mercy of your board. You can force one attribute with this team skill right here, but generally if you're missing 2 or more attributes for Quintet, you have to rely on either a craft or a utility card on your team, but that's really not a problem at all. But yeah, in terms of the active skill, this active skill is really good if you're playing a Fonoa team. You deal 100 million to all enemies regardless of defense and enchanted runestone shield. So it helps you kill enemies straight up because you deal 3 of those damages, and remember his leader skill boosts your direct damage as well. But yeah, you refresh the protective shield, so it's really good for him. You're getting your beefy shield back. But even then, it is also a pretty good member skill for the future because it increases your attack times 10, and you will ignore initial, puzzle, and damage reduction. So this is a very good burst card in the future as well for any beast teams that come out. Especially because if you do kill an enemy with this skill, which most likely you will given the incredible self-attack increase multiplier, you get a -2 cooldown reduction, which makes this effectively a CD4 skill, so you can potentially spam it multiple times in one in the future as well. So all in all, I think this is a very powerful card, and surprisingly so, given it's a collector deck. He is a very good team to play, and really fun, honestly. You get to enjoy the Egyptian playstyle where you deal direct damage to just kill everything in one round, but you also have the damage of a regular team to support you in those endeavors, so you don't get stuck when there is an enemy that does not take sniper. So all in all, he's a very fun card to play. Next we have Castley, the Daughter of Chaos, and I found out that she has a very fun playstyle, but her damage output does not really compare to Fonoa unless I'm playing her wrong. But yeah. Her leader skill also has 11 times attack multiplier for beasts, and a additional times 10 for battle cats. Damage retrieve -50% and a times 1.5 attack increase when you do 6 or more combos, which is really easy to do with her team skill. You do get a full board single dissolve except for heart runes if you run a rainbow team, but we'll get to that. For her team skill, we have again another staples like Sticky and Burning, Ignore Laser Trap. You do get a CD6 reset for Battle Cats after entering the stage, and you deal damage regardless of Anti and Quintet Elemental Shield. So this is really good, except that Quintet Elemental Shield is very easy to break with her. So not sure why they included this one here. I would have rather Fonoa get the Quintet Elemental Shield break than she did, because Castley can actually deal with this very easily. You also get a ×4 attack bonus. But yeah, Runestone Possession effect, and the bread and butter of her playstyle is going to be here. By triggering a character runestone of a Battle Cats member, runestone of Battle Cats attributes will be single dissolved in the first match. And if you're running a full team of Battle Cats with different attributes, that means that you single dissolve the entire board no questions asked, and that is going to be a potentially 29 combo or 28 combo, 20 something combo every round if you so desire. Also, you venom the enemy after attacking, and venom enemies take 4 times damage. And yeah, you generate beast rooms every round to become beast rooms. So here's the thing though, right? Her damage output is going to be pretty low compared to Fonoa. Fonoa has like basically the same multipliers as her, but you also get more out of him too. Actually, he has more multipliers and he also has extra combos. She also has a lot of combos and some extra multipliers as well. But here's the thing, their damage is comparable if you can venom the enemy, right? If you cannot venom the enemy you will hit very low because that's a 4 times less damage that you're dealing. But all in all, she plays really easily with the single dissolves. But here's the thing, out of all the, you need to run a mono battle cats team, and right now if you want to run all 5 attributes you have to have both jackpot cards of this deal, because there's not another light battle cat member, no? And that's the thing, right? This team becomes very restrictive to only battle cat playstyle, while Fonoa is open for basically like any beast member as well. But yeah, Cassie is very restrictive to battle cats. A lot of her multipliers are just for battle cats. Actually, no, yeah, Fonoa gives for everyone, with an emphasis on battle cats, but you can still play other beast members and they will still deal some significant damage. But Cassie does play more restrictive, and if you cannot venom an enemy, then you are going to have a very rough time dealing alone. But all in all, I think she is also a pretty fun leader as well. However, as a member, she is going to be very, very good as well, because she will prevent your team from being poisoned just by being in the team, and if your leader is a leader and ally are beasts. So this is an amazing passive skill for any beast teams out there, you know. She also has active skill that has 2 effects. One of them is to freeze, the other one is to inactivate them. They basically have the same effect, really. Actually, not really. The first one freezes enemies and inactivates them and gives you 2 batches of water runes to be dropped. So really good for like, 50 water rune shields. And also attack increase and attack increase and guaranteed sky drop basically. The other one is also the same thing, but eclipses instead of freezes, and now the guaranteed sky drop is dark. But now battle cats will launch 2 extra non-attributive attacks, so this is actually very useful because non-attributive attacks go through 5 attribute attack shield. So if you need 5 attributes, you technically don't, because you can just deal non-attributive damage, and she allows all your battle cat members to launch 2 of them. So she is going to be a great member for battle cats team. But yeah, as a jackpot card, her leader potential kinda restrictive. Fun to play, but kinda restrictive. I wouldn't recommend it if you're looking for a long-term team. And as a member, she also doesn't really have much future proof except for the poison resistance, because the attack increase is just for battle cats. The extra attacks are just for battle cats. And you do have the guaranteed sky drop, 2 batches, which could potentially give you 60 runes of water or 60 dark runes, which can potentially be very useful, but I can imagine that is going to be very, 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 very situational. So I don't know if you would want to just spend your diamonds to get this card, especially because she is not that future proof, unlike Noah. But yeah, however, if you are going to Fonoa and if you get really unlucky, you are definitely going to get a copy of Castle. So, um, basically, if you're going for Battle Cats, you will get all of them, basically. Unless you get really lucky and you score Fonoa in one shot. But yeah. We're also looking at Cilantro and Jabir Cat. Um, she has 2 active skills and they are pretty good as well. They do kind of resemble the kinda Jabir, Cilantro and Jabir original. You'll see what I mean. The first one not so much, but she actually is very good and has a lot of utility, and you should definitely get this card if you're planning on playing Battle Cat teams or Beast teams in the future. So restore crack positions below Beasts, which is restoring crack position for Beast is not that common, so having that will be very useful. And also clear Fatigue, Hypnotize, and Windswept. So Hypnotize and Windswept for Beasts also is very rare, so this is very good utility already. The rest is Battle Cat support, which is really good for Battle Cats, but why not? For the second skill though, this is going to be really good for Battle Cats as well, because you do deal damage regardless of damage reducing resistance, so that is amazing and can help you get out of very sticky situations. You explode 2 runestones to remove them completely from the board, and Beast runestones can be dissolved singly or in groups of 2. And if you have a team that generates Beast runestones, you have a full board dissolve. So this is really, really good in the future, because the other single dissolve, full board single dissolve is Ghosty, and Ghosty is CD10. So having a CD6 version of that almost is worth getting, in my opinion. So Cilantro and Jabir definitely worth getting. There are 3 copies in the collector deck, so chances are you are going to get her, and she is going to be pretty good. You also get a -3 cooldown for all beasts if she's in the team. So, and the character gets a ×3 attack. So as a member, this card is amazing, and you should get 1 copy, in my opinion. But yeah. Next we have Hardware Cat. I think Hardware Cat is very useful for the new Ultimate Stage and for full board dissolves that require like shields that require full board dissolve, because you generate a full board of 1 single attribute. Yeah, basically, and the character gets a ×5 attack. But other than that, you get Battle Cat support for equal combo shield for Battle Cat's team. But in the future, I'm looking this as a future-proof card for any other Beast teams. I think it is going to be pretty useful for those multi-runestone shields. I have used a combination of Harvard and Lynx to get 50 water shields, water runes for that annoying freaking shield. So I do believe Harvard is also very good. There are 5 copies in the collector's deck, so chances are you are going to get 1 if you do a, I don't know, temple, quote unquote. Chloe Cat. Chloe Cat, I feel she is going to be a little bit more niche and situational. You ignite enemies for 1 round to inactivate them, and then you can only dissolve the first batch of runes, which resembles Chloe's actual leader's skill. But yeah, damage will be dealt regardless of duo, trio, quartet, and quintet elemental shield, so that helps a lot for Fonoa because you don't have a way to deal with those shields. So that is going to be really good. And combo count will be 23, and if the leader is a Battle Cats member, combo plus 23 instead. Actually, I take that back. This is very useful for Beast teams. I think I just didn't read her skill before. This is very useful for Beast teams because it doesn't limit you to just Battle Cat teams. Damage will be dealt regardless of duo, trio, quartet, and quintet for beasts in general. And your combo count will be 23, which is amazing. Jabir, for example, Cilantro and Jabir doesn't have any combo increasing capabilities, so being able to bring yourself up to 23 is amazing. But even more amazing for Battle Cat's team, this is a plus 23, so Fonoa is getting an additional 23 combos, which is honestly really insane. So yeah, overall, I think, you know, Dragonware, pretty nice, extra attacks, active skill -4 after entering the stage. This is amazing. Honestly, you should get this Dragonware and always equip it. And yeah, honestly, this Dragonware is stupid strong. But yeah, so I'm not going to take a look at the rest of the GNN because I'm late and you've probably already seen the new content and stuff, so I want to focus on whether you should pull for this seal or not. And honestly, I do encourage you to pull at least a temple, right? If you're planning on playing beast teams in the future, Cilantro and Jabir, Jan Cat, Harvard Cat, and Chloe Cat are going to be really good support for future teams and for future beast teams in general. So I do encourage you to get at least one copy of these. Konoha and Castley are less necessary, but I do believe that if you don't have a powerful beast team, you should definitely go for Fonoa. Fonoa is very stupid strong. It's actually pretty comparable to Nero, kinda, but the playstyle is completely different, and I feel like this playstyle is really fun and also sets itself up for clearing a lot of stages in the next like couple months, 3 months. So if you don't have a good beast leader, aka if you didn't pull for Nero, I would encourage you to go for Funoa. Keep in mind there are still, I think, 9 days left, so you can try and see if there's any news about the upcoming seal and save your diamonds until then. But I do believe that this is a pretty good beast leader, pretty versatile, and definitely worth getting if you don't have any good beast leaders in your account yet. However, if you have Nero already, I don't think you should pull for this seal. I still think you should get the 3 non-rare ones, Cilantro and Jabir, Harvard and Chloe, because they can support Nero very, very well as well. So I do encourage you to get at least one copy of the rare ones, but not necessarily go for Fonoa and Castley if you already have Nero and save your diamonds, because Nero itself is able to fill that beast leader gap, and in a very good way too, because Nero can deal a lot of damage and has a lot of easy ways to play around, so it's very good. So yeah, in conclusion, really fun collaboration. I'm actually really happy with this collaboration. I love cats, you know that. Battle Cats is stupid and funny at the same time, so I love it. So this collaboration is great. In terms of the characters, they are actually very good. The leaders, the 2 rare ones, are pretty good leaders with pretty good active skills and team skills, and the 3 non-jackpot cards are actually very useful for beast teams in the future. That being said, beasts don't really get that much representation at all, really, but when they do, these will be incredible supports for them. So I do believe they're worth pulling for, except if you already have Nero, which in that case I would save my diamond. And also save your diamonds until next week, where we get more news about the new upcoming content and see whether you should pull or not. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say about the seal. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if I said anything wrong, please let me know in the comments, or if I missed anything, also let me know in the comments. But as always, stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you next time. But yeah, actually, wait, I forgot to say, check out my YouTube channel for more Taro Saviors content. But for now, stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you next time. Bye everyone! 在漩涡之塔下。